Welcome, Sagittarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I pulled for you the Wheel of Fortune card as a theme, overall theme for this total lunar eclipse, full blood moon in Virgo. This is generally a time of tremendous change and some acceleration regarding your spiritual or personal evolution. This is a time when we are intimately tapped into our emotions in general, our intuition in particular, and the sense that we are able to explore things that we usually aren't supported to explore. So the more mysterious, hidden aspects of our own psyches, our subconscious, our connection to the collective unconscious, our connection to our higher selves. All of this is being supercharged because of the moon's opposition to several planets in Pisces. The Sun, Saturn, Neptune, and the North Node are all really sensitizing us to wrapping up old lessons and being in the flow. You may be particularly finding some very easy connections with your ancestors, relatives, or those that have passed. Your guides may be connecting with you unexpectedly. Overall, this is about some tremendous changes that seem to be happening rapidly now. But as we know, you have been working towards these changes for a long time. And I think for many Sagittarians that have been out of depth in terms of the really demanding healing cycle of Pluto and Capricorn that ended at the end of last year, you have been uncharacteristically sort of been dragging yourself through the underworld of your own experiences, your own behaviors, your emotional vulnerability, shame, discomfort, things you haven't been proud of, looking at your failures and mistakes. This feels like a return to who you are. A flood of visibility from the world is reminding you of your naturally buoyant, but really quite tuned in energy, making you, as has been so often the case, a teacher to others. This is going to be a general reading for Sagittarius. It's not going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below. And I welcome all of you, particularly those of you that are familiar and those of you that are new. Thanks for spending this time with me. And in your house of social identity, the way others see you, the Ace of Pentacles. This is a unique opportunity for you to receive, consider, and offer an invitation that is putting you again in an arena that is less familiar to you, but it is not uncomfortable. This is you understanding that you are deserving of reward, acknowledgement, recognition, as a result of your efforts, your work, the information you bring into the world. This is like a portal of abundance for which you are willing to plan, willing to work for. It's almost as though you have shunned the idea of material recompense. In the past, you have often done things not for the money, but naively refused or put an unconscious brake or pause on any prosperity or wealth, as though that is cheapening your efforts. I think you've learned a lot about how that was a way of limiting yourself. That was a way of staying in the safety zone of smallness that you had once been relegated to by others, and then it became a habit that you did for yourself, right? I stay small, I can work on the edges, I can be in these smaller businesses or nonprofits. I don't need to be out there in the world being seen, being recognized, and earning a lot of money. That isn't right. And I do feel like there's a lesson around abundance, prosperity, and money that you have finally clicked into. And ironically, it is going along with your spiritual development, where you're understanding that money isn't bad. Abundance is more than money. And so, but it doesn't have to exclude money. That was a very specific message in your first house, the house of your perspective, your routine attitude. The Six of Wands is one of victory. This is a very positive, can-do attitude that is respectful to your commitment to the group, the team, the organization, the community that you are part of. You are doing your part well. You understand that you are a part of a larger community, that you have a specific role to play, but you can do that role so well that it elevates the entire group. You become a model to your colleagues, your neighbors, your co-workers, whoever you're working with, in such a way that it means a lot to you. This is something that Sagittarians thrive on, the good regard of colleagues. It is important. You know how to be a friend or to be friendly, but it is important to you now at this point in your life that you be regarded for the quality of the work that you do. And in fact, you are modeling the approach that is most productive for teams, organizations, collaborations to be successful. In the fourth house, the house of your foundation, your home, the Three of Wands is about the work you're doing to set up these new opportunities to be abundant. You're very focused on abundance, reward, recognition, rather than all the tireless, invisible work that you've done in the past that you gave away for free, practically, and that you, over time, built up a lot of resentment and hostility about that. Even judging friends or colleagues negatively because they let you do that, or they didn't step in and give you what you never asked for. You're healing that. You're understanding that you're consciously building a vehicle, a business vehicle, a collaboration team vehicle for what you're doing. You're making contacts, you're gathering resources, but you are anticipatory about the possible next steps that you will be taking towards this new thing, new project you have begun. You didn't just start this. Many of you have been doing this for a while. It can have been years, but some of you are still putting the pieces together. And for the seventh house of significant relationships, the Emperor is describing your ability, willingness to completely take responsibility for your own reality, to understand every pencil, every stick of furniture, every positive experience that you have in your life is of your own creation. It's releasing control over things that you can't control, and instead using your considerable resources. Again, this is your wisdom, your strength, to shape your reality through your intentions, through your understanding of the way that you can dream your reality into existence. And that dreaming is about your framing of what it is that you actually want, and naturally your willingness to work for it. And I'm going to pull an oracle card and hope that if this reading is resonating for you, Sagittarius, that you will like this video, share it with others if you feel moved to do so, or that it would be helpful to others, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate all the ways that you support me. And I pulled the Change card, and it reads, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Interesting. So yes, there is indication of some real movement here, some movement that you're undertaking, and also an acknowledgement that you have been grinding your gears for a while. It is the work on the back end that is producing the change that you are beginning to experience on the front end. And this is positive because you have done a considerable amount of healing, and this has really pulled you into some unfamiliar territory. And now you're ready to move out again, to move forward, to step forward as a new version of yourself. I'm going to clarify the Six of Wands in the first house with the Page of Cups. This is the opening of your heart. The opening of your heart, the readiness of your heart, is in many ways an opening up of your imagination, your creativity, your natural instincts, your joyfulness, your pleasure, your lighthearted, fun self. This is what makes others laugh, makes you laugh, lightens up your mood. But it is really getting into what can often be emotions that that are dark, but your creative ability, your imagination allows you to spin them in a way that can be beautiful and compelling to others. It's certainly helping you to open your heart in an authentic way. In the fourth house, the Three of Wands is clarified by the Five of Swords. I think as you are setting up new project, new business, new community opportunity, team, there are aspects of it that make you uncomfortable. And I'm going to guess for some of you that is the financial end of it, the economic end, the routine of it. You have become comfortable in understanding that routine promotes productivity, but it also can trigger feelings of stagnation or depression, even for some of you. It can call up ways that others have defined you in less than flattering terms. And in that way, some aspects of the work that is required to launch a project is difficult for you. It brings up a lot of fears for you. I think this is something that it is somewhat disruptive in terms of your general sense of calm productivity, moving forward, positive progress, but you can no longer suppress these fears or anxieties because of your growth, because you have moved into a process of acknowledging what is hard, what is difficult. And when those things emerge for you, you know how to take space and identify what it is, perhaps in your past, perhaps in your experience of relationships that make something difficult. And I am sensing strongly it's around money. In the seventh house, the Emperor card is clarified by the Ten of Swords. I think you are becoming aware of how clearly you have restricted yourself, how clearly you have limited yourself in the past, and in part as a result of the way that you have thought about yourself, your efforts, the likeliness of success, the probability of failure, your understanding that you have confined yourself through your thoughts, beliefs, ideas. Many of these go way back. They may be the result of traumas, certainly of experiences around your family of origin, but they can be even deeper than that. They can be about living in a repressive society of cultural norms that don't respect differences that you hold. But you have learned and you are now aware of all the ways that those have limited your own belief, your own picture, your own imagination about the possibilities for you. This is part of the shocking revelation about the extent of your power, right? If you can hold yourself back from abundance or progress, you certainly can move forward in that direction. And I think this is a part of taking this greater responsibility as part of the Emperor energy around what your reality is as a result of your own creation. In the 10th house, the Ace of Pentacles is clarified by the Queen of Wands. I love this because something about this combination is feeling as though you're not only confident and magnetic, determined about what it is you want to accomplish, but reward, recognition, abundance is starting to feel really good to you. The idea of it feels good. The idea that you can have whatever you want doesn't make you a bad person simply because that's not your end goal. Doesn't mean that you can't enjoy all of the luxuries, the abundance that your efforts deserve. And this is a lot about deserving, being worthy of love, abundance, prosperity, growth, wealth, even. And so I feel like you're internally really feeling this sense of regality, royalty, that you have earned a way into the kind of recognition that you have been working for a very long time. I'm going to finish this reading, Sagittarius, with a crystal oracle. And what pops out is the peach moonstone. And this is describing your sacral chakra, which is about your sensuality, the way you experience the world through your senses, your creativity, your sexuality. This is about pleasure. And the key word is fertility. Let your life burst forth from the seeds of creation. Love this for you. If you enjoy this content, check out this video here. And until next time, Sagittarius, namaste.